Welcome to the Wrecked by Fiction podcast.
That's not a comfort read.
Yes, it is. Did I read it on my lunch break? Yeah.
So I made notes because I didn't know if there was going to be a quiz.
Hey, everything is for a grade. While I was watching a movie with my 6-year-old, yeah. I didn't know I could be both right and so fucking wrong. Wrecked by Fiction, where we read, cry, and question our emotional stability.
How many books are you currently reading?
Just one. At
Just
the
one?
moment, I'm only reading one. I just finished book 2 from the Game Changers series, which is Heated Rivalry.
Okay.
I read Game Changers first, which is book 1, and then Heated Rivalry, which is book 2. Heated Rivalry, which took the internet by storm. Unsurprising to me, but surprising to most of the world.
Right.
It is very good. It is, I will say, so most people in the book community know by now and have watched the series, the Crave streaming series. And I think they did such a good job on the adaptation from book to TV.
Right.
Which is not always the case.
It's not.
You don't always get a good version. They cut things, they add things, and then it's not like the book at all, right?
Right.
That's not the case. Heated Rivalry was so good once you got into the series.
Okay.
I will say that it lost me. And when I first started, when I started the TV show, I hadn't read the books yet.
Mm-hmm.
And I was very confused. I didn't know who these people were. And, you start a movie and you're like, cool, that's characters I have never met. I don't know who you are.
Right.
Let's do a little backstory. Who are you? What do you do for work? Whatever. You get my name, I play hockey, and I fuck men in the first 25 minutes of the show. That's it.
I mean, let's just lay it all out there.
That's it. That's all it is. It's just playing hockey and fucking for 25 minutes. And then, damn. God.
Such a bummer.
Right. Imagine that. That's the worst TV show in history. But instead, for me, I didn't realize that how much I rely on those little bits of personality information in the beginning of books.
Yeah.
When they adapted, that's a weird word. When they adapted it into TV, there was very little background. And so I was like, the book can't be like that.
Yeah.
Right? But then I realized that it's book 2.
Right.
And so I went back and I downloaded
The first book.
Only the first book first. I was like, well, because what if I hate it? Why would I get all 6 of them or whatever it is? 5 of them. And so I read the first book. And the first book was Scott and Kip. And that book was absolutely necessary for me on background of why are we in this hockey universe?
Right.
How did we get here? At the end of Game Changers, Scott wins the Stanley Cup, right? That's what it's called. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And is not an out player.
Okay.
He's not publicly gay. Nobody knows he's gay, even on his team. Nobody knows. And he yells at Kip, who's in the stands, to come down on the ice. Kip is a civilian. He makes smoothies for a living.
Aww.
And he's in his little sandals and he slides out on the ice. And then they're making out on national TV.
Whoa.
He comes out in the most public way possible.
Hey.
However, there is so much sex in the books. I was so surprised. With TV, sex sells.
Right.
They need that piece, right?
Right.
I was not expecting it to be quite so heavy in the books. I thought it would be
Are we talking page 5 or page 20? Where are we?
Like, so in Game Changers, probably like page 20, I would say. Maybe not, not exactly, but like I would say that there's more background.
Okay.
Heated Rivalry, which is book 2, is like page 1.
Okay.
Is like they meet. And then you get immediately the flirtation, immediately the heat, immediately the sex fuck me eyes across the gym. And then you don't necessarily get the fucking right away.
Right.
But you do get the build up to right away.
The flirting and the...
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the whole point of Heated Rivalry is to build their relationship over the years. Mm-hmm. And by the time in the TV show, when you get to the end of the season, they have been together, not publicly, but they have been together for over 7 years.
Holy cow.
They have been secretly sleeping together for 7 years.
I cannot imagine.
Before anybody caught them.
How do you... Okay, I'm going to have to read these.
Yeah, it's wild. They played for separate hockey teams in different... Ilya he's a Russian transplant who plays for an American team in Boston. And Shane Hollander, who is a Canadian who plays for Canada. And so but because of the placement of their teams, they're in the same division. So they play each other, I'm going to fuck up the numbers, but like 30 times or something. Because hockey schedules are insane.
Yes.
Like in the real world, hockey, they play like 92 games a year or something. Mm-hmm. That's probably a pretty accurate number now that I think about it. It's like a lot.
Yeah.
And because of that, in the books, they played against each other all the time. So yeah, it would be like maybe a month between when their teams played, but every time their teams played,
they got to
one of them would sneak to the other's house or
right.
hotel room or...
Interesting.
Yeah. But, so I just finished Heated Rivalry, and I did not jump into book 3. Mm-hmm. I've told you this a million times. I like to go in blind. Mm-hmm. And watching that TV show did not allow me to go in blind. So in the TV show, episode 1 is Shane and Ilya fucking right off the bat.
Right.
From the get-go for 102 minutes. Right? Episode 2 is Scott and Kip's story. You don't get all the way to the end of Scott and Kip in episode 2, but you get their foundation, you get their relationship, you get their secrecy.
Right.
Kind of it lays that piece down for that stepping stone in how to keep things secret and private and separate from Scott's hockey career.
Right.
And then you jump back in episode 3 to Shane and Ilya, where they're still private. They're still sleeping around when they see each other, but Ilya is sleeping with other people. And Shane is figuring out that he is gay, so gay, never wants to kiss another woman in his life, so gay. But has a girlfriend.
Awkward.
Because he needed a hag, essentially.
Cover up.
Yeah.
Does the girlfriend know?
Not at the beginning.
Okay.
She did not. When she liked him, and he thought he could like her. And she realized it after a little while that he was not into it. And she took him out to dinner and sat down and said, my best friend is so jealous. And he said, of what? Of me? Like for dating you? And she was like, no, of me for dating you.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh my God, what are you talking about? And she was like, you don't think he's handsome?
Right.
You don't think he's attractive? And he like sputters out his drink and he's like, no, God, why would I ever? And she's like, you don't have to lie anymore. She's like, no, it's okay. You can tell me. And he goes to say, well, here's the thing. I kind of like to be the whole. And I'm like, Shane, we're at dinner. Shane's just out here raw dogging conversation about his preference in the sack.
I mean,
I guess if you're going to come out to somebody, it better be the woman you're pretending to sleep with.
Right?
Yeah. That's how he tells the first person he's ever told.
Clear, concise communication.
Right. Award. First place. I have not finished the TV series because I saw so many damn spoilers on the internet.
Yeah.
That I didn't want to ruin it for myself, and I wanted to read.
I get that.
And so I finished the books, and now I think I have either 2 or 3 episodes of the TV series, but the next season of the show is the next book, from what I understand. Because right now, the first season of the show has covered in entirety both Scott and Kip and this foundational piece of Ilya and Shane's relationship. So I think it'll be interesting. I hope that I will be finishing the series before the next season comes out. There's I can guarantee that's what will happen.
Yeah.
But I hope that because I do that, I am able to grow more invested in the characters.
Okay.
Because I am not as invested as I would have liked to be and as I normally am.
Right.
And because I got stuck in hockey land, romance book land, I'm reading something insane called Ruthless Titan now. That's my current read. It's called Ruthless Titan, and Titan is the hockey team. Titans.
Okay.
The Titans. And it is book 5. This is the first full length. The rest of the series, the first 4 books, are all novellas. So they're all 200-ish pages.
Right.
Book 5 is over 400 pages. So it's the first full-length book, which is interesting.
Yeah.
Weird choice, in my opinion, on the author's part to make the last book in the series the longest.
Yeah.
Or I guess not even longest, because that's normal, right? You get fantasy books where the last book is 12,000. No, that's insane. 1,200 pages. Whereas the first book was, 400, 500 pages.
Yeah.
But to be the only full-length book where the rest are novellas is crazy.
Shorties.
But it's just interesting. It's also basically just smut with very little plot, which is a nice palate cleanser for me. That's how I was going to say,
sometimes you just need that.
That's how I cleanse my palate in between, switching in between book series.
Sometimes you just need a wham bam, thank you ma'am.
Yeah.
Sometimes. Not all the time.
Amanda, considering we are wrecked by fiction, please tell me what you are currently reading is wrecking you. I really fucking hope so.
No.
God damn it. Okay, what are you reading?
We've talked about this. I'm cold-hearted.
You're not, though. I think it's a lie.
We
have to break through. Somebody get a chisel.
Break through the ice walls around my heart.
What are you reading?
So currently in the middle of a couple of things. Audiobook-wise, because you have asked me to do the series Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. I'm in the middle of Tower of Dawn. I'm almost finished with Tower of Dawn.
Okay.
Actually.
Okay.
I will say, out of the series, this is probably the one that I've liked the most.
Hot take.
So far. I like Kale, and I don't care what anybody thinks about that.
Ready to go to battle over it. The internet's going to come at you with pitchforks and...
Bring it. I'm not reading comments anyway.
The internet hates Kale.
Why?
Because he's boring.
Oh.
I disagree. I like Kale.
Yeah.
I thought I didn't love him at the beginning of the series. I thought that he was kind of stupid. If I'm being honest. I thought he was dense, I think is a good word. I also thought he was in love with Dorian.
I could
romantically.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, no. But this one I've paid attention more to this one than the others. I have been on the struggle bus. I'm trying. Yeah, no, this would be so far the one that's actually held my attention.
Interesting.
I really like healing journey, I think
Sure.
has been very intriguing, especially with it coming from not just an actual physical injury, but the magical, like, mental damage that's also a part of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because his partner in this book is Irene.
Right.
And you get not only her, like, the magic system in this book series is insane.
Right.
Right. And so you get not only her kind of this inherited fundamental piece of who she is as the magic that she's creating to heal him.
Right.
But you also get that the point of Kaol is that she has to break down everything that is mentally fucking wrong with him in order to fix his fucking legs.
Right. Which is why I relate. Because
your legs are fucking broken?
No.
You need someone with magical abilities to break down your mental barriers?
That might be better than a therapist.
It would cost more money.
It would.
I think.
For sure.
I wonder how much Kaol is paying Irene to
in
sex. No, the other day you texted me and you said, shit. I'm in the car and Irene and Kaol just started getting busy and my daughter is in the back seat. I have to listen to something else.
I had to switch.
What did you switch to? Okay, so you're reading something else then at the same time.
I switched to music, but then she got
boring.
My daughter got distracted by her own thing, and so I just turned the volume down.
Oh my God.
And listened very, very quietly. She could not hear it. So I almost couldn't hear it either. So when we're in the car, if we're on a long trip, I also turn the sound, like I adjust to where it's only the front speakers. Mm-hmm. So yeah, she couldn't hear it. I also could barely hear that part. I almost went back and listened to it.
How far are you? Almost done?
I have like 2 hours left. 2.5
almost
hours.
Done.
Yeah,
almost done.
Almost done.
So where are they then?
The spider thing just happened with Nazrin.
Just went to go get, or just like met the
Falcon. Just like freed them from the spidery things. Stuff.
Kay.
Yeah, that's where I'm on that.
What do you? I don't know how. I don't want to get super into this, but I want to know how you feel about, because we've discussed Irene's magical ability.
Mm-hmm.
You like the journey that Kaol has been on, not only physically but mentally, in his character development. What do you feel about Nazrin's character development? And
I would have been okay if she had never been in the book.
Interesting. Really?
You
don't love that she's finding her own way, her own journey?
There is a part of me that likes that, but there's also a part of me that wishes she would have just done it, right? Like, I feel like she tried to let Kaol hold her back, and she was tentative about going at first, and she didn't want to hurt him and by leaving, and it was like, just go, right? Because it wasn't like she was really doing anything with Kaol while he's being healed, right? But she was letting that kind of keep her from just saying yes in the beginning to leave.
Okay.
And then when it came time to extend it, she felt guilty for that too. And it was like, why? Mm-hmm. You're doing your part of the journey. You're doing what you needed to do, right? Mm-hmm. And you're helping.
Right, yeah. So you're not for no reason.
Right. Don't feel guilty about it if you're doing what you need to do. And don't let him hold you back, right?
Yeah.
So
I can see that. I think that for me, with Nazrin, if she felt unnecessary, she was meant, in my opinion, when she was introduced, she was meant to cause tension. That was her only placement.
I can see that.
And that's not necessarily true, but at the time of her introduction, that's what it felt like.
Right. Jack's made a entrance. You can come make an entrance too. Just don't throw up somewhere.
Oh, your ears are cold. That's why.
He said it's cold outside.
Come on. Okay. Ready? Be on the podcast. say, my name is Roshi, and I'm currently reading. But I think that her introduction was the intentionality. The intentionality of when it happened,
right,
was very interesting to me because, and then this journey of her and Kale, where it didn't necessarily feel like
I never really felt a connection between the two of them. It seemed forced, almost, in my opinion. Or like they were trying to make something more out of it than what it really was.
Okay. I could see that. I think that's probably exactly what was happening because where I felt this intentional tension because Aelin is, coming back and then all of a sudden there's Nezrin.
Right.
There's Nezrin and go on. He says, I'm going to visit everybody. And we get so little about her until you get to Tower Dawn.
Right.
And even so, then it's really, the story's not about her.
Right.
But I love that one thing about this series that I love is the side character, where everything connects, right?
Yeah.
Where do you know the spoiler of Tower Dawn for me is, do you know how Irene paid to get to the healing school?
No.
Okay. So we will revisit that conversation once you have finished this book.
Okay.
Because that's huge. And it's a very, it's a prime example of how this series, everything is a circle.
Right.
Her entire life story is a circle. She did everything that happened to her happened exactly the way it was supposed to for her to get to where she needs to go.
Right.
And for me, that's exactly how it is with every single character. Where everything that happens to Kale as fucked up as both of its legs and now, everything. Right. Okay. What else are you reading?
I started a series ages ago by Denise Grover Swank.
Okay. What category of writing is that?
I'm not up on all the lingo. The series started out with a woman who had lost her parents. Her grandmother was raising her, and she discovered that she had this psychic-ish ability.
Okay.
And so she started to help solve crimes that were happening.
Okay.
And I think it's
thriller, mystery?
Mystery.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it's 20-something books in the series.
Damn.
A lot. And I've read all of them. And then what I'm currently in is a side shoot of that. And it's called Luck of the Devil. And it's the third book in this little side series of a woman who was a police officer / detective and had a line of duty shooting and ends up quitting the force and moving back home with her parents.
Okay.
And has had some crimes occur where she is living and people have asked her because of her expertise to help them with those crimes. And so she kind of becomes a pseudo-private detective, investigator kind of deal.
Does she also have psychic abilities?
No, she does not, but she does have an issue with alcohol.
Okay.
And she becomes friends with one of initially was a crime mob guy in the original series. And he has since opened a bar. And she becomes friends with him, and he is now helping her to stop drinking while also helping her solve these cases because he had helped the initial woman also solve her cases because he was involved in some of the crimes that were happening. So he had inside information. So, yeah.
He said, I'll just feed you little pieces of things.
Yep, pretty much.
So that you can put it together.
Yep.
Okay. So you're reading that.
Yep.
You're reading Tower of Dawn. Is that it?
That's it.
Okay, so I want to read The Primal of Blood and Bone.
Okay.
Which is Jennifer Lee Armentrout.
Okay.
Jennifer L. Armentrout. And it's the From Ash and Blood series.
Okay.
And so in order to do that, I have to finish reading, because I have been putting it off, A Soul of Ash and Blood. Because I was not really interested in an entire retelling of the series, but inside one book, which is essentially, it's just the male main character revisiting every single thing that has happened, because the female main character is in a deep state sleep. And to keep her company, he is just telling her their story at her bedside.
Why? Why do authors do that?
My opinion?
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't know why they do that. My opinion on why they do that is because of the last book was taking her a really long time.
Gotcha.
Because Primal is the last book in the series. And so she said, well,
I could do this and get something out real fast.
Right. And then here's this.
Right.
And you guys have something to read. But then Primal wasn't released for almost, I could be wrong. It's got to be at least 18 months between releases. I think. Maybe it just feels that long. I'd have to look exactly at dates. Right. But at a certain point, I'm just like, I don't want to read. I just read it. I just read all of that. Why do I want to read it again from a different point of view?
Right.
So I've been putting it off. So I did start it. But in order to read the final installment, I have to finish it. I've been putting it off. It's not high on my TBR.
I get that.
And my TBR is long. And it's not high on the list. Yeah. Wrecked by Fiction is recorded and produced by Westhouse Productions. They handle all the audio, video, and post-production, so we get a clean sound, smooth edits, and zero tech headaches. Westhouse Productions aligns with podcasts, live music, and creative projects that want to sound professional without losing their edge.